कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होय थे। कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो जहाँ होय थे। गुरु मुख पद्म वाक्य चितते कोरिया क्या। आराना कोरी हो माने आशा। आराना कोरी हो माने आशा। श्री गुरु चरणे राते ऐसे उत्तम गति। जे प्रसारे पूरे सर्वा आशा। जे प्रसारे पूरे सर्वा आशा। चकुरान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से। चकुरान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से। दिव्य ज्ञान रे प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान रे प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते। प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते। वीर गाय जहर चरित वीर गाय जहर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अर्हमा जनारा बंधु। श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अर्हमा जनारा बंधु। लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना Haha Prabhu Kororoya Deho More Parachaya Haha Prabhu Kororoya Deho More Parachaya Ibijas Gushuk Tribhuvana Ibijas Gushuk Tribhuvana Prabhupada Patita Pavana Dui Pare Laila Sharana Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavari Pashachari Shatarine Namaste Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Shri Prabhupada Guru Puja Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajakacharyya Tatar Sadashishrimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON BVT founder Acharya His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajakacharyya Tatar Sadashishrimad. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopagopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Gir Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Purshtama Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Srimati Vrinda Devi Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Godharma Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution Ki Jai. Brihat Mridanga Ki Jai. Shri Paramakarntai Gaur Chandra Ki Jai. Samveda Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the Assembly of Devotees. All glories to the Assembly of Devotees. All glories to the Assembly of Devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shanyavari Pashachade Shatarini. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only ways by which you can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates, by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scripture sings of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, please be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. We are famous but all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. You are the savior of the most fallen. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vrindai Tulsi Devyai Priyai Kesava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Paradevi Sachavataya Namo Namah.
Vishnu Bhakti Paradevi Satya Vrindayai Tulsi Deviyai Priyayai Keshava Gacha Vishnu Bhakti Paradevi Satyavataya Mo Namaha. Vrindayai Tulsi Deviyai Priyayai Keshava Gacha Vishnu Bhakti Paradevi Satyavataya Mo Namaha. Srimati Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki. Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo E Avilasi Namo Namaha. Ito Mara Sharanalo Taravancha Purnaho কৃপা করে করো তারে বৃন্দাবন বাসে। মোরায়ে আবেলাস বিলাস কুঞ্জে দিও ভার। নয়নে রেব সদা যুগল রূপা রাসে। নিবেদনা দাদা সাকিরানুগাতা করো নিবে সেবাধিকার দে করো নিজ দাসে। বিনা কৃষ্ণ দাসী করে নামরা শ্রী রাধা গোবিন্দা প্রেমী সদাই নবাসে। নমো নমো याने काने च पापाने ब्रह्मचारे काने च तानि तानि प्राणसन्ति भरक्षणा परे परे। कानि च याने काने च पापाने ब्रह्मचारे काने च ताने ताने प्राणसन्ति भरक्षणा परे परे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मचर्य कानि च नानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति भरक्षणा परे परे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मचर्य कानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति भरक्षणा परे परे। Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare। Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare। Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Tulsi, Jaya Tulsi, Tulsi, Jai Tulsi, Jaya Shri Tulsi, Jai Tulsi, Jai Brinde, Jaya Brinde, Brinde, Jai Brinde, Jaya Shri Brinde, Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi Maharani ki Vrindayai Tulsi Devi Ai Prayai Keshava Gacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Sadvataya Mo Namaha Vrindayai Tulsi Devi Ai Prayai Keshava Gacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Sadvatyaya Mo Namaha Vrindayai Tulsi Devi Ai Prayai Keshava Gacha Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Mo Namaha Srimati Tulsi Devi Maharani ki, Shri Vrinda Devi ki. O Tulsi, beloved of Krishna, I bow down before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire is that you also grant me a pleasure grove in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Thus within the vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a for of Kahar damsels of Braj. Please give to me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant. This very fallen and lonely servant of Krishna praise may always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulsi Devi Maharani ki.
Press the power button.
ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त श्रीराधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गे श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी वाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादिनी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरि नाम हरि नामेव केवलम् कलो नस्तेव नास्तेव नास्तेव गतिरन्यतो। Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody loudly together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much, Mayapur Prabhu. We can all give Mayapur Prabhu. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you who are joining us this morning for today's Sunday Love Feast at Hare Krishna Study Center. We'd like to welcome especially those who are joining in virtually, Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, and also for those who are here physically. So if you have been for the entire program so far, it would have been Guru Puja till CRT, and then we had wonderful ecstatic kirtan by Mayapur Chandraya Prabhu. So we're going to have another special kirtan, and this will be done by very special personality in our presence. So for the last month or so, we are blessed to have with us one Parthasarathi Prabhu. So Parthasarathi Prabhu, he's coming all the way from Rudraprayag, Uttarakhand in India, and he's coming here for the purpose of working with the temples. So he's coming to do kirtan first, and then later on he'll be there for Govindas. He'll be, we know and talk about Govindas and snack it and prasad and all that. You know what that means. So this morning we would like to welcome him, and he's going to lead us in kirtan, and we encourage everyone to let us join with him in chorusing and as we call out on the names of the Lord. So let us all welcome Parthasarathi Prabhu as he's going to bless us with his kirtan. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। नित्याय गौर ब्रह्मानंदे हरि।
Thank you very much, Partasharthi Prabhu. So I think we can do much better than that. So we give a... So we hope you enjoy that wonderful ecstatic kirtan. So we'd like to officially take this opportunity to welcome all the devotees who are joining us, and also a lot of family members, relatives are here once again. So it's birthday on top of birthday. Last week Sunday was a lot of birthdays. This week is the same mood. A lot of birthdays are there again today, which we'll hear about later on. So there is a video presentation we'll be watching shortly. Our Kirtan will share. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all this we are doing in just a few weeks. I mean, in just some days coming up will be Srila Prabhupada's 125th anniversary. So we're trying to gear up ourselves to put us all in the mood, how we appreciate, how we understand Srila Prabhupada, his mood, his mission, and also how in our own little way we all can be part of the celebration. We can make our offerings to Srila Prabhupada. So for the rest of the upcoming programs, Sunday feast and so forth, it will be gearing and it will be done in that manner to help us all gear up our consciousness, our mood to celebrate and glorify Srila Prabhupada on his 125th anniversary, birth anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, it has been 50 years that this movement has started.
And I always think I'm very late.
Whenever I see your videos, hear your lectures, and I see your photos,
I feel the generation before me is so lucky
I feel that they were so lucky.
that they could talk with you,
Dance with you.
Hear your lectures.
take guidance from you, ask any questions,
they could have your personal association, they could joke with you, have a fun with you.
and cry with you. And then I realize
That I am still very lucky.
Because I can associate with them.
the devotees who associated with you.
Whenever I hear memories from our disciples,
I can feel that you're with me, guiding me personally.
I feel your presence.
and it's hard to imagine what my life would be without you.
I would be dining outside every day, wasting my father's money on wine and women.
I would be worshipping some actor, taking a aarti of him and doing his aarti.
I would be dancing in nightclubs.
Probably my day would have started at 2 p.m.
Basically, I would be breaking all 4 regulatory principles.
Without your mercy, I can't imagine what sort of a life I would have been living.
I am grateful to you and your disciples for whoever I am today.
Actually, I cannot be grateful enough for what you have done for me and all of us in this world.
I know I'm the last generation who would be able to associate with those pure souls who associated with you.
It's been years that I have been practicing Krishna consciousness.
But I forgot to do one thing.
One thing,
One thing.
one thing, one thing. To thank you, Srila Prabhupada. To thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you for everything you have done for me.
All the sacrifices you have made. You have gone through so much of pain.
I mean, traveling at the age of 70.
No money.
2 back-to-back heart attack.
Why?
Why? Why, Prabhupada?
Why, Prabhupada?
Just to make us realize our real identity and connect us back to Krishna.
You really taught me how to live a life of a human being.
You have taught us how to be compassionate.
You have made us realize the higher taste, the real essence of our life.
So today, I would like to make a promise.
I promise.
I promise. I promise.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise, no matter how difficult it would be to chant,
To read your books.
or to follow the four relative principles.
I will do it.
I will do it for you.
No matter how difficult is to follow my authorities,
whether I like it or not.
I will follow them.
I will do it for you.
I promise, no matter how difficult it is to do any service,
Great or menial, I will do it.
I will do it to the best of my capabilities.
I'll do it for you.
No matter what, we will always be together.
Supporting each other, encouraging each other.
I'll always cooperate.
Just to spread the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
To every town and village.
I will, just for you.
Because all I have learned from you is that
I'm just an insignificant servant.
I hope this will really please you.
and this is my small offering unto you.
And this is my small offering to you, Prabhupada.
And this is my offering for you.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Put your hands together for that presentation. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. That is how Srila Prabhupada would normally sign. At the end of all his letters and everything, he will sign, Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Or A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada would usually sign like that. A.C. means Abhaya Charanara Bhaktivedanta Swami. Your ever well-wisher. So as Sajisuddha Prabhu just said that we're in the mood of gearing up our consciousness, gearing up ourselves to properly, in our own little humble way, to honor Srila Prabhupada as we're going to celebrate his 125th birth anniversary. Srila Prabhupada being the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, exemplary to the highest level, devotion to the highest level, presenting Vedic teachings, Vedic philosophy, never like before, would have stunned world scientists, scholars, world leaders. So much so that their lives would have become transformed. Srila Prabhupada would have been able to transform people from all walks of life and made them from the lowest to the highest, made them into such persons who were vagrants almost walking on the street, hippies and drug addicts and all that, that now they became so much transformed that when they walk, persons like Rod on the street, on the road, anywhere, bowing down at their feet and wanting to take their blessings. That's the level of transformation that took place. Imagine that without Srila Prabhupada's mercy, no one would have never ever looked into these persons, or they would have scorned. Even if they had to look into the direction of these persons, they would have looked at them in a very scornful way. Just like we pass the beggars on the street and the vagrants on the street and, all these people that, lay on the roadside. We don't even want to look into their direction. But imagine those persons become transformed. Those persons become Vaishnavas, staunch practitioner of Sanatana Dharma. Then, those same persons, everyone will eager for their association. Everyone will be eager for their blessings. So that's the level of Srila Prabhupada's power. Once, when Srila Prabhupada went back to India, in 1970-71, after starting the movement in the West, Srila Prabhupada took his American and European disciples and started, in India. So generally, India, the culture in India means that persons are looking, if you're a great Swami, you're a great yogi, you must have some, some mystic power. So the people asked Prabhupada that, Dear Srila Prabhupada, Swamiji, they used to say, I think, they show us some miracle. Where is your power? Show us, your power. Show us some miracle. So Prabhupada looked like this, to all his American disciples and said, these are my power. If you know what was their life, what they were their lives before, and now see them, this is the greatest miracle that ever took place. The greatest miracle that ever took place. Not someone giving us some ash, not someone walk on water, not someone raise their hands and give us, offer us something. No. In fact, those things never transform anyone. In the history of Sanatana Dharma and Vedic culture in the whole, those miracles, you can study it back and you can look back. It never transforms someone and make them into a full-fledged surrendered soul, Mahatma, great devotee unto the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, or to Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, or Lakshmi Narayan. It never happened. It never happened that anyone, seeing some sadhu, some mystic perform some miracle and give you something, be it a piece of gold or a piece of ash. A piece of gold you can get in the rainforest in Guyana, and a piece of ash you can get in any kitchen in India. You can get a handful of ash. It is not so great. But to make someone becomes a surrendered soul, completely transformed, give up all sinful activities, and live a life that is full of dedication at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, and teach others how to do the same. Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. Such great souls are very rare. But Srila Prabhupada created, Srila Prabhupada made many, hundreds and thousands of such great souls, of such Mahatmas. So in the mood of celebrating, gearing up our consciousness, gearing up ourselves, all of us that are here and much more, there are many goals, many things that we are endeavoring in our own humble offering here from HKSC, ISKCON of Guyana Hare Krishna Study Center. One of it is to offer a Vyasa Puja book. For the first time ever, the Hare Krishna Study Center are going to produce a Vyasa Puja book. This is the international one with all senior devotees and projects, temples all over the world. Their offerings are here. This was 2019 Vyasa Puja book. So every year, the Hare Krishna movement, they produce a book like this. But since it is so special in our lifetime, 125th anniversary, so we are humbly requesting all devotees, congregational members, friends, and well-wishers, whoever lives in some little way, somehow or the other, would have touched by Srila Prabhupada, to make a few lines offering, write a few lines offering of gratitude, of appreciation to Srila Prabhupada that will be in that book. So at least we are trying to get 125 offerings that will be part of the Vyasa Puja celebration. So just for you to get an idea, a glimpse what an offering means, an offering of gratitude, an offering of kindness, an offering of being thankful, just like you saw the kids in the Hare Krishna movement just was saying, thank you, Srila Prabhupada. That is hard to do today. Someone to really becomes grateful and say thank you. That is not easy. So I'd like to ask Satyasuta Prabhu to read His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami offering, after which Mayapur Prabhu will be reading an offering from one of the communities in Italy, so that you can listen carefully. This is simply what we all need to do in our own little way, to make an offering, to write a few words glorifying the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Satyasuta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So this offering is in the form of a poem, so please listen carefully. It was evening arti time, which began at a clock's precise chime, and from that gorgeous shrine was projected softly your voice divine. From the modest speaker box it came, a song not only purity can claim. It was the subject of 10 avatars, some declaring peace, others wars. No vibration could dare match your depth and power the ear to catch. The pastimes of courageous heroes and saints of softer mellows. The harmonium you played hummed through the song, causing the listener to crave and long. These stories that you brought us, these songs that you taught us. Where relationships are foremost, leave prema as our anchor post. Each stanza that you have sung resonates like a bell well rung. Your message is of surrender to Him, done through mantra and hymn, and passing through the gate we will call, quote, servant, which means one who is never a deviant. We are moved by the way you would sing the tune. Our emotions are stirred, peak like high noon. I wish the whole world could hear it too, because it is happiness we all wish to pursue. I must hear it again and yet again, when the pujari presses play, and then Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Your servant, Bhakti Marg Swami.
Hare Krishna. So reading from Sri Vyasa Puja 2019, homages from ISKCON Centers, Genova. Dearest Srila Prabhupada, I bow down like a stick at your divine lotus feet with the utmost feelings of gratitude. The remembrance of you comes to me more and more deep, especially in times of difficulty. How many hardships and obstacles you faced in order to present and spread Krishna consciousness for our benefit. Filled with divine compassion, you struggled alone, a real soldier, a fighter for Krishna, and your divine spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. March 6, 1966 was your first Gaura Purnima in America. You were alone in New York City with no devotees' company. You made an entry in your diary, writing that there was no festival as there was in Mayapur or Vrindavan. You also wrote that you are in America not for your personal sense gratification, but for pushing on Lord Chaitanya's mission, and that you were ready even to go to hell to accomplish that mission. Such deep conviction and strong determination, I'm spellbound and more impressed by your unique qualities of compassion and determination. Every day, we are increasingly indebted to you. How and when can we repay our debt to you? It's an impossible task, but at least, we will try with utmost effort. Here in Genova, Italy, we are trying to establish a self-sufficient community based on cow protection, agriculture, and preaching Krishna consciousness to the local people by distributing your books, distributing prasadam, and taking care of congregational devotees. People are forgetting their real interests. I feel very much bound by your kindness towards me, and I wish to dedicate all my remaining days to your service. You are my reality in difficult times, my shelter, and my own security. My only security. The divine knowledge you speak protects me from unhappiness. I bow down again and again at your divine lotus feet with deepest gratitude and determination to serve you and your sacred mission with no personal consideration. Your servants at Srila Prabhupada Dham, Genova, Italy. Written by Dayanandi Das.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. So that is two example in terms of writing a Vyasa Puja offering. So that is a request, a humble request from the management and from the festival committee that are coordinating and organizing the 125th anniversary celebration of Srila Prabhupada. So there's a team of devotees, and if they come to you, if they write to you, or they send a message or an email to you to write a Vyasa Puja offering, there are many Vyasa Puja books like this one that is available at the temple. It's online also. So you can even get us a more insight to come up with get your flow of thoughts together as you will be writing a paragraph or two glorifying Srila Prabhupada or expressing our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada for what he would have done to us. And the mood is that if Srila Prabhupada didn't come, then Radhakishore Prabhu can ask where I would have been today celebrating my 54th birthday, or where my mother would have celebrated her 79th birthday. I don't know. I don't know whose body and which body and who would have been which body and where. But by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, we all here this morning in a beautiful mandir, in beautiful temple, wonderful satsang, surrounding by beautiful devotees, Srila Prabhupada Murti, their Lordship Sri Sri Paramakarna Nitai Gaurachandra. What else we can ask for? What else we can think of? And just try to be grateful. Also this morning we have with us His Grace Dr. Vedavid Prabhu. So to continue the program this morning, we'll have a little prayer, bhajan, speaking about the power of the Vaishnava Acharya, and also offending the Vaishnava Acharya or the Vaishnavas or the devotees in general may be very detrimental in one's progress on the path of devotional service. So after this bhajan, we will hear a few thoughts from Vedavid Prabhu. And as we continue to gear up ourselves, our consciousness, our entire mood, to properly honor Srila Prabhupada on his 125th anniversary. So it will be interesting to know a young man from the west side come to the University of Guyana to study medicine, and how his life was affected by Srila Prabhupada. So that is what we'll hear from Dr. Vedavid this morning. Hari Kirtan is excited to say something.
Hare Krishna. So I beg to disagree with Pita with something he hinted at, and I just wanted to clarify. Not disagree, but I just wanted to clarify. He was saying that if the devotees approach you, kindly respond by writing the offering to Srila Prabhupada, the offering of gratitude. But I would say, start writing it now. It doesn't matter if someone approaches you or they don't approach you. We should all write. There's a reason why I'm saying this also, because we have a very short time scale, so the earlier you start writing, the better. But nonetheless, we aren't writing just for our offerings to be in a book. That's not why we're writing the offering. We're writing the offering to Srila Prabhupada. Whether someone approaches you and your offering and ends up in a book, we can't put everyone's offering in a book. But the point is, you write an offering to Srila Prabhupada and you offer it to Srila Prabhupada. You can bring it on Srila Prabhupada's appearance day and we'll offer it at his lotus feet.
Oh Srila Prabhupada. Oh, Vaishnava Goswami, please be merciful to me now. There is no one except you who can purify the conditioned fallen souls.
Ebara karuna koro Vaishnava Gosai
Ebara karuna koro Vaishnava Gosai
Patita Pavana Toma bine ke hona
Patita Pavana Toma Bina ke hona
Ebara karuna koro Vaishnava Gosai
Ebara karuna koro Vaishnava Gosai
Patita Pavana Toma bine ke hona
Patita Pavana Toma Bina ke hona.
The second stanza of the bhajan says, O dear Srila Prabhupada, where can anyone find such a merciful personality like you, Srila Prabhupada, by whose mere audience sends all sins far away, by whose mere audience, by whose mere presence, sends all sins far away.
Jaharani kate gele papa dure jay
Jaharani kate gile papa dur
Jaharani kate gele papa dure jay
Jaharani kate gile papa dure
emona doyala prabhu keva kotha
emuna doyala prabhu keva kotha
The third stanza of the bhajan says, Gangara parasa hoile, prachate pavan. After bathing in the waters of the sacred Ganges many times, after bathing many times, or one have to bathe in the Ganges many times before one becomes purified. But oh my dear Srila Prabhupada, just by the sight of you, we all, the whole world is becoming purified.
Gangara parasha hoile paschate pavan
Gangara parasha hoile pashate pavan
darshane pavitra koro e tumhara gan
darshane pavitra koro e tumhara gun
darshane pavitra koro e tumhara gun
darshane pavitra koro e tumhara gun.
The fourth stanza says, Haristane apararo, Tare Harina, O my dear, O my dear souls, O my dear Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas, the holy name delivers one who has committed an offense to Lord Hari. But oh my dear, if one commits an offense to you or the Srila Prabhupada, or the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas, then the author of the bhajan, Srila Narottam Das Thakur is saying, then my dear, there is no means of deliverance.
Haristane aparate Tare Harina
Haristane aparadhe Tare Hare Nam.
Tomastane aparadhe nahi paritran.
Tomastane aparare nahi paritran.
Tomastane aparadhe nahi paritran.
Tomastane aparare nahi paritran.
Why? Why is it there is no means of deliverance for someone who offends the Vaishnavas? Tumhara hridoye sada Govinda Vishram. Narottam Das says, oh my dear Vaishnava Goswami, oh my dear Srila Prabhupada, your heart, Hridaya, your heart is always the resting place of Lord Govinda. And Lord Govinda says, the Vaishnavas are always in my heart.
Tomara hridoye sada Govinda Vishram.
Tomara hridoye sada Govinda Vishram.
Tomara hridoye sada Govinda Vishram.
Tumhara hridoye sada Govinda Vishram.
Govinda ko hai namora
Govinda is always in the
Vaishnava para.
Govinda ko hai namora Vaishnava para.
Govinda ko hai namora Vaishnava para.
Govinda ko hai namora Vaishnava para.
Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe.
Jaya Govinda Dev Jaya Govinda Dev Govinda Dev Jaya Govinda Dev.
Jaya Govinda Re Jaya Govinda Re Govinda Re Jaya Govinda Re.
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Prati jane kori ashram charane radhule.
Prati jane kore asha charane radhule.
Prati janme kori asha charane radhule.
Prati janme kore asha charane radhule.
Narottame koro doya panara bole.
Narottame koro doya apanara bole.
Narottame koro doya panara bole.
নারোতামে করো দয়া আপনারা বলে 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 पतिता पवाना तुमा बिने के होना पतिता पावना तुमा बिना के होना प्रति जाने कोई आशा चरण राधुली प्रति जन्मे कोई आशा चरण राधुली नारोतामे छोरो दया अपनारा बोले नारोतामे छोरो दया अपनारा बोले प्रति जन्मे कोरी आशा चरण राधुली प्रति जन्मे कोरी आशा चरण राधुली नारोतामे खोरो दया पनारा बोले नारोतामे खोरो Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Therefore, what should be our mood after hearing all that? The last part of the bhajan, Narottam Das says, I desire the dust of your holy feet in every birth I may take. Please consider Narottama yours and be kind upon him. That's our position. That our dear Srila Prabhupada, please consider please consider myself yours and be kind upon me. Lifetime after lifetime. For if I am at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and he accepts me, life is forever successful. Thank you very much. So at this point in time, I would like to humbly request His Grace Dr. Vedavid Prabhu to please come forward and share a few thoughts with us. I don't know if Vedavid Prabhu will be here with us for the actual day on the 31st of this month, the day after Janamastami, which will be the actual 125th anniversary. But Vedavid Prabhu's life would have touched by Srila Prabhupada. And it is befitting that we steal the opportunity having him here this morning. He just popped in thinking that he is visiting. And as we always said at the Hare Krishna Study Center, to the members and to everyone, always be prepared. So you never know what the next moment may mean. So let us welcome His Grace Vedavid Prabhu by loudly saying Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I purposely didn't take off my mask because I wanted to demonstrate something. So last year, during the pandemic, of course everything was closed and you weren't meeting people and so on. So I was in the US on a road trip, and for the first time in my life, it's been like 2 months or going on 3 months that I didn't shave, because I always hide it under my mask. So I just want to warn you, I didn't shave for a week. Anyways,
you didn't look as bad as if you didn't shave for years.
I'm very happy to be here. It's actually been a very long time since I've been here. To be exact, more than 5 years. The last time I've been to this temple was in 2016, Gaura Purnima 2016. But nevertheless, I'm very happy to be here. And every time I come to the temple, despite this being the pandemic still going on, so many of you are still here. So I'm actually happy to see so many people are still here. So thank you guys for, keeping this yatra going and being dedicated, and all the devotees here as well. All your service, you probably may not know how significant contribution you're giving to the temple. And we're speaking of Prabhupada's 125th anniversary. So every little thing that you do, believe it or not, is quite significant. When you actually analyzed your place in this world, our place in this world, we're just like nothing, to be quite honest. We're nothing. And what makes us something is when we give Krishna a little service. That's what makes us something. Everything else, to be quite honest, is just frivolous activities, we could say. It's just quite nonsense we're doing. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know how anyone else feels, but that's how I.
And that is coming from a lecturer, doctor. So please, I'm sure he did all his analysis and everything else, even on this body, to think how valuable it is. For him to say that, it means quite a bit. Thank you very much.
So speaking of this body, a few years ago, I actually wanted to contribute some service to the devotees of Guyana, and wherever else, but especially Guyana, since I'm from here. I would like, hopefully, the management, so we have Prabhupada Prabhu here, hopefully in the near future, again, I've thought of this a few years ago, but of course, let's say almost the past 2 years, nothing really happened, right, because of the pandemic. But hopefully, more and more devotees, they can understand how valuable this human form of life is, how valuable this body is, and why we should take care of it. So as a medical doctor, a professional, public health professional as well, I would like to do maybe a 2-day or 3-day seminar and contribute my service, all the experience and knowledge that I have to share with the devotees so they can take care of themselves, take care of their bodies. I'm sure if I were to ask any devotee here or anyone here, what is the most important thing Prabhupada said? What is the first thing you have to do? Can anyone tell me what is the first thing Prabhupada said you must do?
Health comes first.
Right? Exactly. Health is utmost important. Just imagine if you can't.
Hare Krishna. So some of the devotees, some of the kids, especially the young ones, you can please, there are some sponges here, if you don't mind. you can leave, relax the chairs a little, and you can give the chairs to some senior. There are some extra sponges on the ground. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, our dear Gupta ji and your entourage. Hare Krishna.
Yes, so this is what I like to do, and hopefully it can manifest sometime in the future. We'll try to coordinate if the management is up to it. But I'd like to give a few days seminar, and I think this is how I can actually contribute to the society in Guyana. And I guess because I've been around. We have Hari Kirtan Rasa, who used to be Haladar Hari Dev. I've been around since he was just conceived. He was still in the womb when I joined this movement. And that's how many years ago? 22 years ago. You're 21 now, right? So before you came out. And of course, I spent so many years studying medicine and practicing and teaching and molding other new doctors and so on. I think I would really like to do this service. And I know we have many doctors. I think I have the record of being the first doctor in Guyana, right? I mean, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
doctor.
Krishna, right? So I'd like to do that. I know we have many doctors as well right now, which is good, and I'm sure they're also doing good service. So that's what I like to do. I like to share a kind of personal story. So I'm living in Grenada. I've been there almost 4 years, and of course I don't do too much preaching anymore. I used to be much more active in Barbados, but I've been traveling around to so many different countries. And in Grenada, I guess, to be quite honest, I became a little lazy. That's the truth in terms of the preaching. But I have maybe 600, 700, 800. Last semester we had 900 medical students. And one unique way I found to preach to these students is my last name is Ramdas. And I'm sure you guys all know, but how many names of Ram equal to one name of Krishna? 3 names, right? So you chant 3 names of Lord Rama, or Rama, which is one name of Krishna, right? So my name being Ramdas, and we've been teaching this online classes on Zoom. So students, we have to give them at least 3 questions in which they have to click in your name to answer the question. So you give them a code, and they have to type in that code. So again, because of my name is Ramdas, so I put Ramdas. So at the end of the day, or each lecture actually, everyone has to type in Ramdas at least 3 times. And not only that, on each PowerPoint slide, I put my name as well, Ramdas, to remind them of the code. So at least 50 times they're seeing this name, Ramdas, Ramdas, Ramdas. So I said, you know what, I actually didn't think about it when I was doing it. And I was like, well, you know what, this is going to be my way of preaching. Now imagine if my name was Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Imagine if that was my name.
You would have purified 900 plus students.
So the whole point is, Prabhupada taught us how to be very expert, how to be wise and clever into spreading his message. And over the past few years, I've actually been to so many different places, many different countries, cities. And while I'm traveling, I'm usually the only
person you could say, you know, I'm no kind of devotee or anything, but I'm like the only person who's, you know, practicing some kind of Krishna consciousness. And I always think to myself, what can we do to give this message to people? So many people are suffering, you have no idea. Trust me, you have no idea. Maybe you do, but I'm telling you, it's so much suffering. People have no idea about life. They're just going with the flow, and they're just living this life as, to be quite frank, animalistic, having no sense of what is the purpose, why they're actually living. Some people have no meaning in life. There's quite a lot of debates I used to look at between theist and atheist, and some people said that religion just gives people meaning in life, right? That's all it gives. It gives you just meaning in life, but nothing else. But even if Krishna consciousness gives you meaning in life, right? Forget about what all the different philosophy and what it actually, we know it means something different. In the past year, so many people have taken their own lives. I don't know if you guys know the statistics. So many people have taken their lives because their mental health. They've become depressed for so many different reasons. Why? Why have they committed suicide? Because they have no meaning in life. Their life has no meaning, right? So what I'm saying to you, even if you're taking up Krishna consciousness just to give yourself some meaning in life, at least we know you're good. We know you're not going to go down that path. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone what I'm saying. Yeah? I'm not saying that's why you should do it. I'm saying even if that's the only thing why you do it, we know you're safe because, again, I'm not going to quote all these different scriptures and so on. I'm not going to make this a lecture. Prabhupada, Dave Prabhu only give me 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm a professional lecturer, so I could speak here for hours. I could keep you guys here going on and on, but I wouldn't do that. But my little, I guess, you guys probably heard of solicited advice and unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice, you should never, it's not considered to have much value, right? Unsolicited means someone didn't ask you. So for instance, if I were to give you an advice, you would like, who are you to give me an advice? That's the first reaction, right? Who you think you are to give me an advice? And generally people don't take that with much value. But if you're in some kind of trouble and something, and you go and you give and people give you advice, even that as well, I was like, you crazy? What kind of advice you're giving me, right? So generally we're like that, all of us. We're living in our own worlds where we don't like to take advice. But the scriptures have told us we should learn from the different ways in which we can learn, right? What's the best way we should learn? Someone said something here? From our mistakes, yeah, but we don't want to make mistakes, right? Yes, we could learn from our mistakes, but it says a fool is one who wants to learn by experiencing, right? You want to learn by experiencing. So what I'm trying to say, we have to listen. We take advice from the scriptures, and there's so many writings, so much philosophy. Try to get that advice per se. So I'm not giving you the advice. The advice I'm giving you is to take the advice from the scriptures. And trust me, you will see your life will have so much meaning. You will be happy. And I know the world that we're living in, at least I could say for the past 22 years, so much has changed over these 22 years. And personally speaking, I can tell you, again, I've lived in so many countries, I've done so many different things. The time I was most happy, you know, was when? Can anyone guess when I was most happy in my life?
When you were in full-fledged Krishna Conscious Devotees Association, kirtan, lecturing, hearing the pastimes of the Lord, taking prasadam with the devotees,
Exactly.
attending the festivals.
Exactly. And I remember like the busiest time of my life, right? When I was studying, you have to study so many hours. I was still the most happy when I was washing the pots, coming to the temple, being with the devotees, dancing in the kirtan, reading the books, chanting my wrongs, these things. And to be quite honest, since I've left Guyana, yes, I've been to many places. I've lived in temple. I've been to all the different festivals around the world. Yes. But what I'm saying, that span has never happened again. Because obviously I came out of my, more or less comfort zone. So you guys utilize this opportunity. Please, whatever you have, utilize the opportunity. There's a lot of tendency to wanting to blame people. We always like to blame others. Isn't that true? We always like to blame everyone except ourselves. Everyone is the cause of our problem except us. And I guess my advice is, let's try to work on our own self. Try to purify our own hearts. Stop criticizing people. Stop minding people business. If I can use that Guyanese colloquial terminologies. Stop minding people business. And mind your own business. Right? There's a nice quotation. What people think of you is none of your business. You guys got that? What people think of you is none of your business. What does that mean? It means it doesn't matter what people think about you. People will always think about you. People will always say things about you. Sometimes I pride myself, I'm glad if people could talk about me because I know I'm getting whatever good deeds they have because they don't understand how this whole cosmic creation works. So let's say Prabhupada Dev, he wants to talk about me. All the chanting and everything he's doing is coming to me. He doesn't know that. So all the good deeds that you guys are doing, when you talk about other people, guess what? All your good deeds going to them and their bad deeds coming to you. So stop talking about people. Right? Mind your own business. Good. So thank you all very much. And I hope I can return soon. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. There's a lot of stipulations, regulations, and again, I'll share one last statistic with you guys. The people who have succumbed to this virus, meaning those who have died, they had diabetes, hypertension, obesity. They had most of them, 95, at least more than 95% of them, who have died is because they have some sort of sickness. And most of the sickness that we have in Guyana, you can prevent it. So like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, even cancer, heart disease, cancer, these are the top killers in Guyana and around the world as well. So these, what I will try to help you guys with. And hopefully it can happen soon. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Put your hands together for Dr. Vedavid Prabhu. Wonderful presentation. And he just gave us a little teaser there in terms of what he have in store for us for that 2-3 days seminar. And now it can be done online. So I will say, before hearing from the other board members, the managers of Hare Krishna Study Center, maybe Sanjay, Sachisuta, and Radhakishore is here. They may be sticking me up afterward. But without, or before consulting with them, I would say that just after Janamastami, after Vyasa Puja, Vedavid Prabhu, we are ready for your sessions in the whole of September and maybe going over to October. How many hours session, you please let us know. It will be done on Zoom. so that everyone can join wherever they may be in their homes. So thank you all very much. Hari Kirtan still had some videos and like that to show, but it is time for Artik, and there's birthday celebration. When you see so much of members here from my mother's side, family and relatives, it means something is going on in the Basil Suklal family. So today is my mother's 79th birthday, Rasalila Devidasi. Yesterday was our dear and only cook, Radhakishore Ananda Prabhu's 54th birthday. Also my niece from New York, Sandy Danisar. She also celebrating her birthday, and she just started to work, and coincidentally she just got her first salary, and she would have used that to contribute towards part sponsoring the Sunday feast here this morning. So as we all be attending the beautiful Artik ceremony to their Lordship, the Maha Artik ceremony to their Lordship, Shri Shri Paramakarna Nitai Gaurachandra, let us sincerely pray for the blessings of all the wonderful individuals who are celebrating their birthday at this time. May the Lord bless them immensely, that in turn they can bless us with their wonderful associations and their blessings. So let us all stand for the beautiful Artik ceremony. You can stand and remain where you are. Don't get close to anyone. And later on, when you will be invited for go down for Bhojan, the same thing, we humbly request the families to you stick together and then try to keep on your mass, except when you go for Bhojan. Hare Krishna.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ite Namane Namah. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitya Namane
Namo Krishna Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitya Namane
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prakarani Nirvisesya Sunyavade Pasyachata Satarani
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Asatade Satarine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavade Pasyachat Satarane Namaste
Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasukade Satarine
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shakti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shakti Gaur
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shakti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna. Just one short announcement. The vehicle PVV 6162 is blocking someone's driveway. Kindly move your vehicle so that the person can access their driveway. PVV 6162.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shakti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shakti Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna. So Bhojan starts serve. They are serving Bhojan. So a few people at a time, especially children and elderly, you can start to make your way downstairs to the Bhojan stali. And those of you can still dance in Kirtan and Arti. Hare Krishna.
Hare 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 Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitya, Jaya Gaura Nitya, Gaura Nitya, Jaya Gaura Nitya, Jaya Gaura Nitya, Jaya Gaura Nitya, Gaura Nitya, Jaya Gaura, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Nitya Gaura Haribo, Haribo. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahlada Lada Daine, Lada Lada. Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha, Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha, Shilatangana Khalaye, Shilatangana Khalaye, Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha, Ito Nrsimha Parato. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha, Yato yami tato Nrsimha, Bahe Nrsimha, Hridaye Nrsimha, Bahe Nrsimha, Hridaye Nrsimha, Bahe Nrsimha, Hridaye Nrsimha, Bahe Nrsimha, Hridaye Nrsimha, Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapade, Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapade, Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapade, Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapade, Savakara Kamalavare Nakha Adhuta Singha, Dalita Hiranyakashipu, Tanu Vringam, Krishavadrita Narari Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Tavakara Kamal Bare Naka Adbhuta Singha Kalita Hiranya Kasipu Tano Bringa Sabadeta Hare Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimhade 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 Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha Prahlad Nrsimha Jaya Prahlad Jaya Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra Jaya Gauranga Jaya Nitai Jaya Parama Karuna Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So just 2 minutes before we all go for bhojan or prasadam. On behalf of our temple, temple management, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you to being here with us this morning for Srila Prabhupada's Sunday Love Feast. And we do hope you enjoy every moment of it. There would be quite a mixture, variety, bhajan, kirtan, puja, artik, everything together, presentations, Dr. Vedavid Prabhu, the little video that Hari Kirtan would have put on, the reading of a sample Vyasa Puja offering, 2 Vyasa Puja offering, just to give each and every one of us a little idea of what it means to put together or to write an offering to Srila Prabhupada. So over the next 4 or 5 days, you have an opportunity to write an offering, and we are going to produce a book that those offerings, hopefully, first come, first serve. So the first 125th offering that we received will be in the Vyasa Puja book, which will be offered to Srila Prabhupada as part of the 125th offering, 125th anniversary offering. There are many, many exciting stories, many, many excitements. There are like things like we are going to bring in 108 tirtha in one that we'll use to bathe Srila Prabhupada on Vyasa Puja Day. We're bringing in some kalsa, some lota, that devotees will get an opportunity to sponsor, and that those kalsa will be souvenir kalsa. The Indian government just confirmed, well, some time ago, they are going to produce 125th anniversary kind as part of celebrating Srila Prabhupada 125th anniversary. Hopefully we will get some of those kinds here very soon that, will be to give out to some friends and well-wishers. Hopefully the President and others will be here to be part of the main celebration, which will be bathing Srila Prabhupada. The idea is that it should be live streamed and also air live on 3 or 4 television stations in Guyana. There will be a 5-day celebrations. So over the 5 days from the 27th to the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, over those 5 days there will be many, many activities. A festival committee is already set up. If your name is called upon to engage in some organizing work to put together the festival, please cooperate with the team leaders and those devotees who will be dedicating themselves to put together all the different aspects of the celebrations. Different days will means for different persons. Not that everyone will get an opportunity to come every day because of due to the pandemic. So we wouldn't be able to accommodate more than 70, 80 persons in the temple room here. The VIP day will be the VIP day. And Janamastami Day, of course, persons will be invited to come and go, take darshan and make their offerings. So like that, you know, this is what we are gearing up for. It will require quite some contributions from everyone, dedicated service, time more than money we need. If you cannot give time, then secondly, you can give money, but primarily we give time. Time is more valuable than anything else. So Mahindra Prabhu, please give time to Srila Prabhupada 125th anniversary celebration. Otherwise, every day that you cannot give $1 million, no problem. It will be equivalent to your time. $1,008. Guyanese dollar, not the green notes. Today, as we said, is the birthday of my dear mother, my dear mom. Where is Rasalila? Somebody can get the garlands from the altar, please, quickly. And also is my niece's birthday, Mukesh daughter in New York. And yesterday was Radhakishore Ananda's birthday. So if somebody can please fetch Radhakishore and bring him here. Radhakishore Ananda. And my dear loving mom, where's Rasalila? She disappeared also? She's hiding? And Mamudas' daughter's birthday, Isha, birthday was yesterday. And my dear cousin Jago also will be celebrating his birthday on the 12th. So let us chant, let us raise both hands because there's many birthdays and chant one Mahamantra as a blessing to all the birthdays celebratees together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Radhakishore Ananda Prabhu and my dear mom Rasalila. Auntie Mami, you're here? Where is Auntie Mami? Sis, you can please come here. Kishan, you can please come this side. Radhakishore, please come here. Now we can argue you're wrong, Please. Kishan, who named Kishan? Wow. We need somebody really strong, Take that box that is there, that cartoon box, and bring it here. No. So the two of you can stand aside. Let Radhakishore Prabhu stand in the middle here. You have your camera ready? Hare Kirtan. So in a billion lifetime, no one can receive such a gift. The full set of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18,000 slokas that our dear Kishanji are going to offer to Radhakishore Prabhu on his belated birthday celebration. Yesterday was his 54th birthday. And the occasion of Radhakishore Prabhu being for the last year and a half studying scriptures, Prabhupada introduced degree system in ISKCON to study Vedic scriptures. So Radhakishore have been studying 4 books: Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Upadesh Amrita, and Sri Ish Upanishad. The next step will be Srimad Bhagavatam. So before Radhakishore start to study Srimad Bhagavatam, he wouldn't say that he doesn't have a full set of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Kishan, you can load him up now. Radhakishore, please collect. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So that is the best gift. You can help him. Take the first canto only in his hand. Thank you very much. Somebody get the garlands of the deities for me. So just a second, Radhakishore and Rasalila. Somebody can collect the garland. Shadapriya, where is the garlands? So now, my dear sister and my dear mother, you can please stand in the middle here. Where is the rest of the malas, the garlands? Hari Kirtan? So my mother is the eldest of only 12 children. And you can imagine the amount of grands and great-grands. So we are most happy. Like this? So we are most happy that all the family members and friends, those of you who are joining us virtually, are here. So sis, you can place the Lord Mercy around her neck and give her a hug for all of us. Wow. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. The rest of the birthday celebration will be in the temple room. My niece from New York, we will have to eat for her, and we will receive a garland on her behalf. Isha, Radhakishore, Bodhi Jago, everyone who are in the family who are celebrating their birthday around this time. May the blessings of their Lordship, Sri Sri Paramakarna Nitai Gaurachandra, Srila Prabhupada, always be with you. Vedavid Prabhu and your sister and your entourage, thank you very much for being here with us this morning. Our dear Mr. Gupta, CEO for Bank of Baroda, and your friends, colleague, please enjoy our Parthasarthi Prabhu cooking, prasadam. And as we said, the rest of the birthday, Uncle Roop and Auntie Aditi, Kishan, and our dear Devi, everyone. Today is also Vani's birthday, Mahendra's cousin. So put your hands together for Vani. Rivo! So all of you, all the relatives and friends, my dear brother-in-law, Mr. Krishna, all the way from number 10, somehow they had to creep out from the flood or swim out from the flood and arrive here on dry grounds at the Hare Krishna Study Center. You can remain here. You don't have to go back in the flood. You can stay here, no? Please. So Aji is asking for pictures with her relatives. So please go by Srila Prabhupada. You will get pictures just now. Radhakishore Prabhu, anything you want to say?
Hare Krishna. I would like to thank all the devotees for acknowledging my birthday yesterday and for giving me this greatest gift that I could ever receive in this lifetime, the full set of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank all the devotees who would have engaged in cooking and serving, cleaning, getting ready, the pujaris and the kirtanyas. Put your hands together for the pujaris, the cook, the kirtanyas, the servers, everyone. Thank you very much. Do enjoy Bhojan, Prasadam, and a humble request once again. Please, families, you stick together at all time. Do not get close to anyone that you don't know. Do not get close to anyone that you don't know. If you do have to talk to someone, maintain your arm's length, something like that. And Dr. Bihari, you can please institute that around for me. Make sure the maintain arm's length. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.